Leaders in tech are burning out at an absurd rate. Ctrl+Alt+Delete with Lisa Duerre is a no BS conversation with one of the top female executives who spent over 25 years in Silicon Valley. If you're suffering from the always-on, never good enough, will replace you today machine called the tech space, this show's for you. Here's Lisa.
Hey everybody, Lisa Duerre here. There is so much going on in the world that I had to pop in on a Friday. And I just want to lift your energy a bit. I want to raise the vibration and yet acknowledge how much you're dealing with right now. Throughout this week, I've been working with clients, and fundamentally the pull through has been how to get it all done, how to be okay. And honestly, who's okay right now? I think everybody has the tremendous compounding pressures of work and home. California is on fire. We've got a pandemic. I don't even have to lay it all out there. You guys know what's going on. And throughout the coaching sessions I've done, I was just even interviewed on a podcast before coming on here today. And the question is what to do with all of it, how to be okay when you're not okay. And one of the questions that keeps showing up is, am I burnt out? Am I burning out? How can I run this marathon right now with so many pressures going on? And I actually took some notes when I was answering the question and pulled some themes through to give you a micro step you can do. I'm not here to tell you how to change everything overnight and give you more work to do. What I do want to do today is tell you you're not alone. Tell you that the fact that you're even asking this question is a good sign. And I want to give you a couple of insights that I've shared with clients and I've shared on the podcast today with regards to what I know worked for me when I was burning out, and what I know and have seen working with my clients, giving them just that dose of energy, that dose of inspiration, and just a moment to breathe, to actually get clear on what really matters. So if you're feeling that today, this is for you. And I'm actually going to reference my notes to be very succinct. Sometimes I just riff and I talk, but this is a flow that I know works, that will not overwhelm you, will give you more energy and clarity. So the first thing that I want to highlight for you is even asking the question is critical right now. Am I burning out? Am I myself? So the first step is to ask. It's to look inside and to just see what your gut says. Now, for me, when I was burning out, I was so busy being busy and less productive and more resentful and coping through sugar. I don't think I would have answered the question for myself that clearly. So one way to do that is ask the question. And then what you really want to do is figure out how you're feeling, because how you're feeling is going to be an indicator. This week I had clients tell me everything is a certain way, or it always happens this way, or nobody cares, or these words around everything, like compartmentalizing everything and making black or white thinking can be a sign of burnout. And it's at least a sign of high stress where you're basically looking at this through a lens that's honestly not true. It's never everything or always or everybody. So if you're feeling that way and noticing that language, jot down what that is for you and then look for areas where that's not true to try and get your perspective back. Talk to a friend, talk to a colleague, journal about it. Somehow, even when my clients are talking to me, we find ways where not everything is as it appears. That alone will give you perspective to then take the next right step. Another sign is if you're feeling angry or resentful. Now, listen, there's a lot to be angry and resentful about right now. I am not going to sugarcoat that. What I want to say to you is there are things in your life that might irritate you even more now because of everything that's going on. There are people that might irritate you more now. And if that's not typically you, paying attention to that and really reflecting on what is it that's really underneath it all. Because again, what happens is we generalize and then our entire experience shows up that way. So ask yourself that question. How am I feeling? Am I burning out? Okay, the next step I want you to think about is really taking a look. Where is your attention going? Are you looking for things that are broken to support your beliefs? Are you looking for people that suck to support your beliefs? Where are you looking and what are you focusing on? I find right now there's very little celebration going on of things that are working well. Maybe even the fact that you're drinking more water, celebrating that, the fact that you slept more. Whatever you can celebrate or highlight for yourself that's positive is going to bring your energy up, and you're going to see more of that because what you focus on expands. Okay. So if you're finding that you're stuck in a negative rut and looking for things that are wrong, that's another sign of burnout because your lens is off. All right. So we've talked about how are you feeling? Are you feeling everything in black and white? And then where are you focusing? And the last step that I think is important to decide if you're in burnout and really crystallize what's happening for you is I want you to think about a micro step or two that you can take and then assess how you feel. So if these micro steps work for you, it's your path out of burnout. If they don't, if you are just depleted, then it's much bigger for you and you need some help, right? You need to really figure out what you can do for that. And I know what worked for me, and I'll share that with you. But the question for you, it's Friday. What one micro step can you take today to be a little less negative or resentful, a little less angry, or a little less black and white? Is it calling someone who lifts your spirits? Is it taking 10 minutes to sit quietly somewhere, even if it's the bathroom right now, because you're all in the same space? Is it putting on your favorite song? For some clients, I have them shake their hands and they just kind of work out some of that anxiety and they're feeling a little better. Others, it's music. What's a song that really lights you up and makes you feel good? So what micro step can you take to really work on your energy right now to give you a perspective about possibility? So how might you lift your energy right now? That's the question for you. And if you can take one or two of those steps, see how you feel. And notice that that's your toolbox right now. It's the smallest things right now, guys and ladies and gentlemen. It is the smallest things right now that make the biggest difference. Okay. Now, if you do those micro steps and it doesn't work, figure out what you felt. See if there's another micro step. Stay curious. Okay. Stay curious. And if it's at all possible, rest. If it's at all possible, let something go. If it's at all possible, let somebody know you're struggling and see what they can do to support you. Whatever you can do today for your own mental health, your own stress management, and your own perspective on the world is not only a gift to you, it's a gift to everyone you're leading and to everyone you love. Those are my tips for you today. Comment below if you have any questions. I will be monitoring this and responding. You can do this. You can manage your stress. You can do this. You can take a micro step today to change your perspective and to open yourself up to possibility. And you can do this. You can find 10 minutes of quiet, put your hand on your heart, take a couple of deep breaths, and get grounded in today. You can do this. I'm rooting for you, and I wish you the best day possible. Take good care.
That was great content, but let's be honest. If you don't get the support you need and start making changes in your life and work as a leader in tech, you can expect regret and burnout in the near future. Lisa can help you get kick-ass results at work without burning out so you can be present for the moments that matter to you and your loved ones. Take your first step at rebootwithlisa.com.